Hey guys, welcome to Rank and File. I'm your host, former Navy Homer Simpson, Augie Donnell, and today I'm here to talk to you about something very special. Whether you know them as the SEALs, Delta Force, Marine Recon, Green Berets, whatever the flavor, today we're talking Special Forces, the most highly disciplined, mission-capable, and formidable warriors on the planet. They're basically like the Avengers of the military, only they're not fiction. Their missions are so secret and unconventional that it's like James Bond and the Tooth Fairy had a big, badass warrior. The truth is, the world may never know exactly what these teams have accomplished, but from public record, we know enough to not want to mess with these ones. So, in no particular order, here are 10 of the most lethal special operation units from around the world. And make sure to stick around to the end. Our number one pick may surprise you. I thought you said the order doesn't matter. Don't overthink it. Number 10, the Special Services Group in Pakistan. These warriors sound more like they sell life insurance or deliver the mail or something. But jokes aside, these dudes are pretty badass. It's been reported that even their training requires a 36-mile march done in 12 hours and a 5-mile run in full kit in 20 minutes. And that's one fit life insurance there. Their training is so tough, only 5% of the recruits make it through. Who needs enemies when you just sign up for the SSG and get pounded at home, am I right? Am I right? Set up to combat terrorism, extremism, and separatism. Boy, these guys really keep busy. It takes 25 weeks of grueling physical training, airborne school, and intense hand-to-hand combat to become Special Services group members. But boy, if you can get through all that stuff, you gotta be good to take down any enemy. I don't care how much meth they're stealing. I guess you could say the SSG is like the fire department for terror. They don't wait for the emergency to come to them. They go straight into the fire to put out the flames of extremism. And because Pakistan is located, well, how should I say it, in a particularly active hot zone, the SSG is always in threat. Moving on, this next group made the news when one of their operators drowned an ISIS terrorist in a puddle. Whoa, Jesus. That's number 9, the British Special Boat Service. Besides having the second dorkiest name on the list, this elite unit within the Royal Navy is one of the UK's most secretive and highly trained military teams. Their selection process is a 90% failure rate. That's like the Hunger Games. Guns and grenades. And let's not forget about the 40-kilometer march. That's like a 10-lap hike around Daytona Motor Speedway from a fellow Yankee friend. Oh yeah, and they gotta do it in under 20 hours. For those that pass that phase, they'll train to become weapon-wielding jungle warriors. It's like Rambo meets Tarzan with a British accent. And then there's the treacherous survival training, after which these guys probably survive a zombie apocalypse with just a toothpick and a stick of gum. But born out of World War II, today the SBS remains one of the most well-respected units in the world. Since 9/11, the Special Boat Service has been deployed against Al-Qaeda, ISIS, and the Taliban, as well as on rescue missions around the globe. They get the job done, and they do it in story. Number 8 on our list is the Polish Grom. Grom, which stands for Group of Regionalwania Operationalne. We'll just go with Grom. Although it is an acronym that loosely translates to Group for Operational Maneuvering Response. English. It also means thunder in Polish. Yeah, Thunder Force. And like so many of these human superhero teams, the Grom was also born out of World War II as a group of exiled Polish paratroopers known as the Silent Unseen. Silent Thunder, Unseen Lightning, like their Marvel tagline. In 1990, the Grom unit was organized after Operation Bridge, a mission to help Soviet Jews enter Israel. They're like the Moses of special operators, only with better desert navigation. Too soon? The Grom has a mastery of various military disciplines, including hostage recovery, a multitude of weapon systems, pyrotechnics, medical expertise, amphibious and airborne insertion techniques. Holy shit. They're like a Swiss Army knife of the military, only if that knife belonged to Chuck Norris and was Polish. Number 7, China's Snow Leopard Commando. Once upon a time, there was a group of Chinese soldiers who were like the wolves of the Arctic, strong, resilient, and pretty fluffy. Okay, maybe not fluffy, but back then they called themselves the Snow Wolf Commando. Whether it's a wolf or a leopard, you gotta appreciate the badassery of that name. These guys are so secretive that they even learned to do kung fu in complete silence. And for the first 5 years of their existence, they trained to be able to handle any situation, from stopping rampaging unicorns to dealing with that one guy at the office who always microwaved fish. But their true test came in 2008 when they were called upon to keep the Summer Olympics in Beijing safe. So while the rest of us were cheering on our favorite ping pong champion, minus Wang Gang, the Snow Wolves were primed to stop terrorists, control potential riots, and defuse bombs. They've even trained alongside Russian special forces and came out on top, proving that vodka isn't the only thing that packs a punch in Mother Russia. The unit prides itself on its speed and accuracy of their marksmanship, apparently able to shoot the wings off a fly, and their stamina. As some would say, they're like a pack of Energizer bunnies, heavily armed, highly trained, death bunnies. Number 6 on our list brings us back stateside, baby. Delta Force. It's like a delicious chef's salad of world-class warriors. And it's got Army Rangers, it's got Green Berets, it's got Navy SEALs. Believe it or not, it's even got a few airmen. It's been called many things: Special Forces Operational Detachment Delta, the Combat Applications Group, and now the Army Compartmented Elements. Gee, are they trying to sound more and more corporate? But aside from the chronic identity crisis, it has maintained a superior ability to capture or kill high-value targets, dismantle terrorist cells, conduct covert missions in any area of operations. You may have heard about one of the Delta Force's biggest achievements: capturing Saddam Hussein. That's right, the guy that was hiding in a hole in the ground trying to avoid getting caught. I guess you could say Delta Force just found him and put him in a different hole. But seriously, can you imagine being the one telling Saddam you're under arrest? Like, hey, Saddam, hey, we're not those party clowns you were expecting, all right? We're Delta Force, all right? It's not your birthday. Trust within this unit is paramount. That's why one of their training exercises involves using their own team members as hostages while they shoot live fire at targets right next to them. Damn, there's nobody in the office I trust to do that. I'm looking at you, Pam. Next up is number 5, and we're getting fancy with this one. Le Groupe d'Intervention de la Gendarmerie Nationale. And they're one of the world's most combat experienced counter-terrorist organizations. They're somewhere between a SWAT team and a Delta Force. The GIGN responds to all kinds of terrorist threats and domestic attacks. They pride themselves on always being one step ahead of their global enemies. It's like the cool kids, keeping the school bullies at bay. Only the playground is the battlefield, and the kids all have automatic weapons. And if boot camp was too much like a day at the spot for you, you'd be right at home in the GIGN training program. A documentary crew captured one cycle where they whittled down 120 recruits to 18 in just 2 weeks. Damn, eat that, survivor. The training consists of one of the best marksmanship schools in the world. Just like the French. They gotta have something that's the best in the world. Weapons handling, airborne courses, payload jumps, hand-to-hand combat, diving, survival training, and explosive ordnance disposal. It's a gourmet melange of combat flying. These guys are lethal, but they do value fire discipline. Rumor has it that they're issued just one 6-shot 357 revolver at their side. With only 6 rounds, you bet they're gonna make each one count. Number 4, Israel's SARA, or just Unit 269. Some say these guys are so secretive, even the operators don't even know they're a part of it. It's covert shit. But for real, their missions are some of the most secretive in the world of counterterrorism and hostage recovery. They attack in disguise, in small numbers, and have a legendary ability to just fade away before the enemy even knows what's happening. That's Spec Ops Houdini. And when it comes to hostages, Unit 269 don't mess around. When an Air France flight with 250 passengers was hijacked in 1976 and diverted to Uganda, the SARA at Metcal went to work, commenced Operation Thunderbolt. With less than a week to plan, Unit 269 flew under the radar. Literally, like 100 feet off the ground for almost 2,000 miles. Landed at the hostage compound, took out the terrorists, loaded the hostages, all but 4. And even had time to pump the terrorist-supporting Ugandan army with some serious hellfire, destroying 11 of their MiGs to make an escape pursuit impossible, and taking out over 30 of their terrorist-loving soldiers. After the good guys got out, the Ugandan president was so pissed he started offing his own people. Classic Uganda. And that's one thing about Unit 269. Once you realize they got you, they're already gone. And the only person left to kill is yourself. Okay, get your dance moves ready. Because number 3 on our list is Fuerza de Guerra Naval Especial, baby. Damn. It's hard to imagine something so deadly coming out of Spain, but don't let the beautiful name fool you. These guys will f you up. Spain's version of the SEALs was created in 2009, when the country merged the most elite units of the Navy into one mega team, consisting of special combat divers, ordnance defusal, and the main ops unit. It's like Aquaman, Iron Man, and Captain America are all on the same team. Watch out for that. And if there's one thing these hombres run out Especial don't like, it's pirates. They make Jack Sparrow look more like Jack Harlow. They've stormed North Korean boats transporting Scud missiles, rescued French hostages from Somali pirates. They got a track record that would make any pirate shake in his boots. Or sandals, or whatever he has down there. And that's just what's known to the public. Just like the other elite units on our list, most of their missions remain classified. For number 2, we're going with the keep your enemies close technique, showing some props to our vodka-loving comrades, the Russian Spetsnaz. Russian. Spetsnaz. Just like most things Russian, their most elite military unit is shrouded in mystery. But we do know it dates back to the Red Bolshevik Guard, a paramilitary force organized during the height of the Russian Revolution in the early 20th century. Most of its members are comparable to U.S. Army Rangers, with an elite few training like Delta Force. But one thing that does separate the Spetsnaz from U.S. operators, besides the whole mafia thing, is the fact that the Spetsnaz can mix and match their weapons and equipment, like a real intense game of dress-up. Oh, you like the AK-47? I'm feeling more like the PP-2000 today. Recently, Russia has been increasingly modeling its Spetsnaz off American counterparts. Gee, I wonder where they're getting all that information from. Sneaky Russians. All right, we're finally there. Number 1 on our list of lethal special operations units, the U.S. Navy SEAL. Okay, I lied. You're probably not surprised by that one. And if you are surprised, why? It's the Navy SEAL. Anyone who's seen an action movie in the past 2 decades can tell you the SEALs are the top dogs. Or should I say, top frogs. The standard needed to just be considered for SEAL training consists of a 500-yard swim in under 10.5 minutes, 79 push-ups, 79 sit-ups, 11 pull-ups, and a 1.5 mile run in under 10.5 minutes. You show me a job interview with that much cardio, right? I'm about to have a heart attack just thinking about it. You ever seen those videos of the dudes in a pool with their hands and legs tied, wiggling their way to the surface before they drown? Yeah, it's like they're a SEAL. Funny. Whether you're Tom Hanks getting kidnapped by a bunch of crazy Somali pirates, or really anyone alive on 9/11, the SEALs are the guys you want coming to the rescue. From ending Osama bin Laden, to maintaining safe waters throughout the world, to highly specialized tactical operations in service to America and our allies, the SEALs are the best of the best. Prove me wrong. So that's it. Be sure to hit us up in the comments, units we left out, gripes about the ones we included, commentary on how awesome this shirt is. For real, let us know which ones would make your list, and make sure you like and subscribe, because you know, if you don't, well, bin Laden is dead, so the SEALs do need another enemy to hunt. Just saying. Nah, just goober. Thanks for watching, y'all, and we'll see you next time on Rank and File. The top 10 they trained to become weapon watch Grom. Like so many of these hunter speed and accuracy of their market missions in any operations for everything. Les groupes d'intervention. Groupe d'intervention. Des groupes d'intervention. De l'Agenda National. Yeah, that's French. I was on always staying 1/2 step a duga before the start of a supposed hostage execution period. The start of a supposed hostage execution period. Supposed hostage execution period. Supposed hostage execution period. Before they were going to start fucking killing people.